Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about a film that's a little bit more recent. I know a lot of my film reviews are of films that are slightly older and things, so some of you might be pleased to see that this one's new. Now, as you can probably tell by the title, which I think is actually, which will be either there if you're watching this in a separate video or there if you're watching this on my channel, that I'm going to be talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street, and this is the new one. I have to point out that I am not comparing this to the original because I've not actually seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street. So I can't compare it, which is a shame, but I'm hoping to buy the DVD or something soon so I can, the DVD of the old one, which is 1984. Hoping to buy that soon so I can do a sort of comparison because that'd be quite nice. But just I don't know how to start describing this because I felt like I was the only person who'd never seen it before. I mean, I knew nothing about Freddy Krueger. I had no idea. I knew the name. I knew that I knew he wasn't a good guy, but I didn't really know much else about that. So I think the best way to describe this is to describe the character first of all. Freddy Krueger is famous for his claws. He has, if I remember rightly, on his hand it's like a rake, like a garden rake. It's really sharp and spiky, and just like long sharp knives. Kind of a bit like Edward Scissorhands, but only on one hand and they're shorter. I think that's the only way to describe it. And I can't tell you how because that'd ruin it, but that's what you're dealing with. And this guy, Freddy Krueger, comes and visits you in your dream, and basically if he's in your dream you're going to die. He's going to kill you in your dream. You can't go to sleep, otherwise he'll come back in your dream, and the more you go to sleep, the more often you go to sleep, the more he's in your dream, the closer he gets to killing you. And there are, and I've got them written down here because I never remember all the names. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victims in this, 5 main victims, or 5 people whose dream he visits them in. It's Quentin, Nancy, Kris, Jesse and Dean. Now that's the 5 that sort of, I think it's 5, I hope I haven't missed anybody out there. I'm sorry if I have, I'll put an annotation somewhere if I have, I need to check. But then he visits them in their dreams and you know they're going to die, and it's like, well, who's going to die next, which order is it, and why is he doing this, why is it those 5 people? And then obviously you're like, you still don't know why. The plot is trying to find out why he's killing them. It's not so much a case of how is he going to kill them, because he kills them all the same. He kills them by slashing them with his claw across the chest. That's how he kills them. And the thing is, you can die, they're only dying in their sleep, but they also die in real life as well, and it's very graphical and very horrible. Well done, but it's horrible. And obviously the whole plot is just trying to find out why he's doing it, and I was really surprised, you know. The outcome of it, I didn't expect it to be that, so I was quite happy that the end wasn't as predictable as some films, so that was really good. So not only the plot was great, but the cast were great as well. Now, I can't remember them all. The only name I took down was the name of Nancy, who was played by Rooney. I'd never seen her in anything before, but her character really caught me, because initially her character was quite sort of in the background, you know. She was there, you knew about her, but she wasn't the central character. The first central character was Nancy. But no, not Nancy, Kris, sorry. Kris was the first central character, and Nancy was sort of in the background. But then she sort of, as the story developed, so did her character, and you learn more things, and then she sort of becomes the folking. That sounds almost like I'm swearing, but I'm not. The focus point of the story, apart from Freddy Krueger, obviously. And it was just really nice to see it develop, and I was quite surprised at how it developed as well, so that was really good. Well directed as well. It's directed by Samuel Bayer, or Bayer, I'm not too sure. I'd never heard of him before, so that was quite nice. It's always nice to sort of, when there's a director of a film, so I always check the director and things before, and if I know them I think, well yes, this will be great. If I don't know them, I go in with an open mind. And I went in with this one with an open mind, and I'm thrilled. I mean, fair enough, it doesn't take that much with the horror to sort of impress me, because I'm not that experienced in the viewing of horror films as some people, because it's not that I don't like them, I get scared really easily. I mean, I watched this film, I saw this at about 2-3 o'clock this afternoon. It's actually like 11 o'clock at night just now I'm doing this, which is why the lighting is actually better. It's not as bouncy as, because it's quite dark outside now. So yeah, people are like, when I did my 9 Dead video, people were like, well, you've got to go and start watching more horrors, you know, because I was like, well, I like them, and I thought, well, I'll watch this. I wasn't gonna see this one, but I thought, well, there's been a lot of hype about it, a lot of hype about the original, and I knew people that wanted to see it, and they were like, yeah, I really want to see it. And I thought, well, there must be something about it that makes it so attractive. So I thought I'll see it, and yeah, it was great. Definitely worth going to see. I have to point out that it is an 18, so if you're under 18 you can't go and see it or anything, which is a shame, but it makes sense. I mean, it is very, very creepy, especially if you get scared easily, and it's another one of those things that's so real. I'm not a fan of the films where it's impossible to happen, you know, like, it's sort of like the whole Doctor Who argument thing, if you've seen that video, you know, like, this gets us scared of going to sleep. There's films that get people scared of looking in mirrors and scared of, I don't know, scared of graveyards and things because statues move and stuff. But there are films where it's totally fantasy and it could never happen, you know, like dragons, for example. If you believe in dragons, fine, but, you know, that's that sort of thing. This is real. You will go to sleep terrified, because especially if you watch it then go to bed, which is why I didn't do that. But it's definitely worth going to see if you can. Like I said, if you're not a fan of horror films, not one you're going to want to see because it is a little bit creepy. Although I have read a few comments on Twitter and things where people have said that it's not that scary and it could have been scarier, which I think is a bit, it's a judgment call. It has to be. It depends on your own threshold for scariness. For me, mine isn't that strong. I get scared way, way easily. I'm not sure that's the right sentence, but yeah. So go and see it if you can. Maybe wait for the DVD or anything, but feel free to let me know what you think. And also, if anybody who's seen it, do you recommend I watch the original, or will it spoil it for me? But that's all I want to say about this. It was definitely worth it. I'm pleased I made up my mind in the end about watching it. And go and see it if you can. So I'll see you next time. Bye guys.